Welcome to turn 4 of Tank Duel, Enemy in the Crosshairs. The demo of. Errata, we'll start off with errata of the day. There's very little this time. I just forgot to discard for the Stug after his turn, and he just discarded a couple of high cards he didn't want. So everything else I think is pretty good. So this turn we've dealt the cards. Like last turn, I have all of the initiative cards placed. And let's go ahead and see what we're looking at here. So this guy again, he's at 600. He is, there's a bit of an errata from last time. He had jumped into some woods that I did not place again. So he is in woods. He's 600 in the woods, and he is playing a 1, leadership 1. Now you might say I'm crazy for getting rid of a great card for initiative, but 1, he really wants to get a shot off. Maybe save his buddy, get a shot before one of those guys do. And he's got another leadership in his hand, which is a leadership 3. So he is, with a 1, for sure going to go first. So he knows he's going to get a shot off. We'll see how good that shot is when it happens. So we have a number 1 there. We come across over here, and we've got a 61. Not very good. If he wants to shoot first. And a 12. That's better. He wants to try to get a shot off. So we know 1's going to beat that 12. Now for this guy. He uses a 58. His best card was a 26. And the way that I look at it is, if somebody really wants, if I'm this tank, me dead, they're probably going to beat my best 26, and it's a fire card. So I might as well keep it and see what happens, if I survive or not. So my next lowest was a 58, which will beat that 61. So if that 12 doesn't kill me, then I've got options. Now, this guy is going to get a shot for sure. So a good teammate might take a shot at that Stug, knock him out before he gets a shot here, before he gets a shot over here. So you can see how working with teammates can really help you. And, you know, good strategic play usually wins the game. So that's what we're looking like. These 2 cards in his hand, and for every card that red card that you have here, which is a maximum of 2, it also subtracts 1 from your hand size. So he only had a hand size of 5 this turn instead of his normal 7, because he's broken and on fire. This is the first time I've dealt cards with this being in place. So this hurts your chances of doing stuff, because you're pulling less cards, because you're dealing with stuff in your tank. More that desperation feeling. So we know number 1 is first, so does number 1 take that shot and try to help him? You know what? I think he will be a teammate and take that shot. It's not a great shot. It's a fire 7. Fire 7, and he's a 7. And if he mixes it with leadership, that's going to help. And can he do anything with these cards? He can. He's got 3 icons. He could quick load an APCR round, but he would get rid of his tactics card. And I'm not so sure he wants to do that. In case this guy's got a tactics card, he can cancel it with this. So I think he is not going to use those to quick load APCR. He's not buttoned up. He decided to stay unbuttoned because, you know, crew exposed, because he's not in the danger zone of yellow. So that's not going to hurt his shot. So that's what we're looking like. That's the shot. Then this guy, if he had a tactics card, he would play it at this time. And he does not have a tactics card to play. That would cancel out his leadership. But then he'd have played his tactics and canceled his tactics. So he's back up to his leadership, unless he had another tactic, so he could go back and forth, like I said earlier. But there's only 6 of them in the game, so you're not going to get to do that for long. All right, so here we go. What's his shot? He's at 6. He's at 6. This is 12. This is not as good as if he would just shoot over here, but he's going to take that chance to help his buddy. So what's he got? At 12 is 53. This is a -5, that's 48. 58, 68. 68. This doesn't hurt him, no acquisition. 68 to hit. -10. 58. Minus another 10 for size. 48. 48, he needs to pull to get a hit. He pulls a 98. As you can see here, 96 to 100s are auto misses. Didn't matter what he did, he missed. So he'll take that acquisition on that tank, lose spot on 2. Oh man, that's pretty rough. I don't know. Does he forget shooting at that and start going after this guy? Probably. I think he's going to keep his spot on 2 and not acquire 1. Ugh, that didn't work out good for the Russians. So that gets now, does he have any discards? He's got, I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the, actually, he's going to play the infantry icon for a field action. He's got an infantry icon here on this card. He's going to play it and move the Russian infantry closer to the German side. So these get flipped to the Russian side, 200. Russian side, 200. Now the Russians have made a little bit of leeway, headway into the front there. And now for a discard, I think he'll keep his tactics, discard his move. This should have gotten discard at the very beginning of the turn, and his turn is done. The next one is a 12. So 12 will get his shot that he wanted. He will take that shot against number 1. He's got a fire 7. He's also got a command card and it has 2 command icons, and the move card has a single command icon. He's going to play those 2 cards to quick load an APCR round. He wants to fire that APCR round. So that got quick loaded. He's going to take the shot. We'll put that over here. It's a 7. He is a fire level 7. He doesn't have anything else to help his shot. Now, does this guy have a tactics to help himself? He does not have a tactics. So this is a -5. 400 and 600 is 1,000. 74 -5 is 69. 69 minus 10, 59 minus 5, 54. 50, he needs a 54 or less to get a hit. 22. And it's also a smoke card. I haven't taught you about smoke yet. If your tank is equipped with smoke dispensers, you can play this on your tank to disappear into smoke. So it gets played over your terrain card, and smoke mortars, dischargers have put smoke all around you. As a defensive move, you're going to lose all your spots. You won't be able to shoot out of it. But for them to hit you would be really tough. If this T-34-76 had smoke, This would be a great opportunity to pop it and maybe take care of some business. But they don't, and he didn't have it. So that was the hit number. He hit with an APCR round. It was a single fire, so we got to see where he hits. He hits in the 2. The 2 is the hull. So it's a hull hit at 1,000. He penetrates 9 plus 2 is 11 to 9. Here's your penetration shot is a, oh, there it is again, auto bounce. There's a B. So it bounces. This guy lucks out and he wastes an APCR round. Now, he's already got him acquired. He's going to go ahead and really hone in and improve his aim and go to a plus 20 to hit. Now, how can he get out of acquisition if he survives all of this garbage and he gets a turn? Well, if he just moves, period, just moves, he will lose all acquisition, which is, really good. Or if he conceals. So when people start getting you really zeroed in, get moving. They can't keep up. And he, being a tank destroyer, can't even take a shot at a moving target. So good defense against this guy is to get moving. But he's got a lot of stuff he's got to take care of first. So let's see on the end of his turn, does he want to do anything? He's got this nice command 4, which could really, he could try to go conceal right now, and he's in woods. We are going to do that. We're going to attempt to conceal. He's going to play this for a field action, because you can play as many command cards as you want as field actions. So if he had a couple of them, he could try it twice if he wanted to. But he is going to try it once, and the way this works is when you're attempting to conceal, you double the concealment number, and the woods is 30, goes to 60. If he pulls 60 or less, he pulls a 10, everybody loses spot on 1. He just went conceal, which worked out perfect for him. He took a shot and disappeared back into the woods. Not good for the Russians. Are having a tough go in this one. And he didn't have anything left for his cards. Right? Yeah, I thought there was one extra one, but I think it was this move. It was still in his hand. He's gonna discard it. So he's done. Next one is 58. All right, well, he survived that, but this guy over here has got him spotted. He also has him spotted. So if he was to, in a normal game, if I was this tank player, I would probably bail right now, rather than taking up time dealing with this and not shooting. Give him 3 points, get another tank, get back in the fight. Because you're taking a gun away from this fight, and the Russians are behind. But for demo purposes, let's go ahead and go through the procedure. He's going to be a crazy Russian with 2 wounded guys stay in his tank and stay in the fight. So the first thing that we do is we have to take care of being on fire. He has a choice. He could straight bail. We've talked about that. He's not going to do that. He can play 4 command icons. He has 0, so there's no command icons in his hand. Or attempt to put the fire out by pulling a card. That is what he's going to do. He's going to put this down. And sure enough, there's a fire extinguisher. No fire icon, there's a fire extinguisher on there. That means he put the fire out, which will help him on his morale check now, because remember, as we check down, he put the fire out, so his morale has a better chance of staying in the tank. He goes down, and the second one is a break. So he is, because that's his season, he's a seasoned leader. So what that means is he is going to bail out. Because if you're broken and you take another broken result, you must bail. And the last one to have a penetrating shot on this guy, I believe, was this one. So he will get the 3 points, 1, 2, 3, for the bailout, and he also will receive another one of these kill medals. So he's done. He immediately discards half of his cards randomly. So he'll get rid of those two. He's no longer flanked. And spot 1 goes away for everybody because he is gone. Alright, who's left? We've got one guy out here left. Alright, so let's see what this guy's going to do. He has got a fire 1. He's also got a fire 2. But I don't want to play a fire 1 and a fire 2 together. Too good of cards. I'd rather take a shot this turn and a shot next turn. So that is what he has to play this turn. And he only sees 2, which is right here. 4 and 6, they're 1,000 away. His base chance to hit is 72. Does he have any tactics? He sure does. He had 1 left that he could play to subtract 20 from his attack. Does he have any tactics? He does. That will cancel that tactics. He's out of cards. Those wash. And we move on. So again, he's a fire 1. It's a 72 plus 10. It says right here, plus 10. So he's an 82% chance to hit, or not percent, but he needs an 82 to achieve a hit. He is in the woods, puts it down to 72, minus 5 is 67. He is buttoned up, 67, 57. 57 he needs to get a hit here. And he pulls a 25. Man, the Russians can't get a break. So where does he hit? He hits in the 3, which is the hull. He from the front is a 9. He's penetrating 9. So here is the penetration roll. It is a red 0. 9 and 9, he needs to equal or be better. So he equaled it. So it goes through, and it is a heavy damage because it's in red. This might leave a mark. Okay, so we're going to look here. Our number, our critical hit number is a 5. Pull a top card, and it's a 0. Ew, this is all break. This is not going to be good for him. So here we go. He got a hull hit. Heavy damage. Loader, dead. Gunner, which is also the commander here, wounded. Check explosion and fire. Check explosion and fire. The first one is explosion. Looking at the top left, the right corner, sure enough, explosion icon, it blows up. So what that means now is he's definitely going to get the 3 points for killing him. He's also got to see if these guys can survive. So this is how this works. This guy looking for explosion icons. If there's an explosion, he's dead. top corner, no explosion, he lives. Next one, no explosion, he lives because they're healthy. He's wounded, so now he's got to do it twice. The first one he survives, the second one he does not, and he dies. So he's going to get 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So move that up 10 and give him another kill. This is not going well for the Russians. That guy's got 3 kills already. He's got nothing to discard. We have to do an administration phase. He already discarded. He had nothing to discard. There's no more spots on the board because everybody's been shot up on this side. These guys would start back here. Infantry stays the same. Everybody gets relocated in the tank back at 800. And it is time for another turn. Now, did he have anything left at the end? He's got a flank 9. It's an 82. That's no good. He's going to discard that card. He's actually going to discard his woods. He's going to stay put where he is. Does he have any infantry signs? No infantry. So the infantry stays where it is. So he will discard. He's going to keep his tactics and his fire 2. And he's going to discard a flank in the woods because he's in the yellow. So that's what he's going to keep for the next turn. And that is it for the turn. Alright, we'll probably do at least one more turn of this demo. So that's it for today. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to, I've posted this stuff everywhere. Leave a question or a comment somewhere, anywhere. Get to the P500 page on GMT and pre-order it. Get the numbers higher so they'll make a bigger print run. And I appreciate your time watching these videos. I'm trying to keep them short as I can now. And I hope you enjoy them. I will talk to you guys soon.